and welcome to my first official YouTube video on my brand new channel. Apologies if I don't know, manic. I'm a little bit nervous. Normally when I do videos, it's on TikTok. So hello to anyone who has been lovely enough to follow me on from there. I really appreciate you guys. So it's very rare that you get to see me on my face. So hopefully this will become like semi-normal and I get used to it. And I'm rambling, which I do a lot, so apologies for that. So today, what do I bring you here for? What have I dragged you in over? Today I'm going to show you how I made this gorgeous, and I'm hoping it's in the camera shot, otherwise this is going to look really sad. I'm going to show you how I made this passion fruit martini cake. So I don't know if anyone else knows it, but in the cocktail realm of drinks, it's called a porn star martini, made with passion fruit. And I've made the passion fruit curd from scratch, which I will also show you how I did that, and how I decorated it. And I hope you enjoy. Honestly, I am sane, I promise. Let's get on with the baking. So these are the ingredients you need for your sponge. You want your butter to be soft, not hard, because obviously it'll help it bake easier and mix easier. And then we will beat this for a little bit to make it soft, and then we'll be adding the sugar to it, and then basically we're going to be mixing the butter and the sugar together until it's light and fluffy. I got part of this recipe from Jane Patisserie. She recently came out with this passion fruit martini cake, and I was instantly obsessed and was like, yes, I need to make it. It looks beautiful. So thank you to Jane. And if you don't know who Jane is, please go and find her and just be obsessed with her as I am. I'll make sure to link the website with the recipe on my description below, so please go check it out. And then you can also enjoy the full benefits of this passion fruit martini cake. So now I'm adding the eggs, only a couple at a time. I've cracked them into a separate bowl so that there is no shell going into this cake whatsoever, because no one likes eggshell in their cake. Definitely not. Normally, my videos on TikTok only get to about 3 minutes, so we're about to hit that mark now, and I'm gonna get a bit worried that I'm not gonna be able to talk or I'm gonna forget what to say, or anyway, I can't believe I'm finally making a YouTube video. It's absolutely crazy. It's something I've wanted to do for so long, you guys have no idea. So I've just added the flour, and then I've also added my vanilla extract and given it a whirl. I'm just cleaning down the sides to make sure that all the flour is incorporated and there's nothing on the bottom. And now I'm putting it into the tins. So I've used 6-inch tins because I didn't want it too big, but you can do 3 layers at 8-inch. If you want to for this recipe. And now we're going to make the syrup. So I've got some of this gorgeous passion fruit liqueur, which I found from Asda for £12 a bottle. So you're going to put 200 mils in there. Just measuring it out. I think that's 200 mils, yeah. And then also some Prosecco, again 200 mils, so just one of these little mini bottles, and then we're going to pop that in. Look at that fizz. I have to say, it smells so good. And then once I've poured all this in, I had to do it slowly because I didn't want the bubbles to kind of over fizz. We're going to add in 200 ml of caster sugar, and then we're going to pop the oven on a low heat until all the caster sugar has dissolved. And then you've got to stir constantly. Turn the heat up, and then basically you want to keep stirring until the syrup kind of thickens up and becomes a syrup consistency, so slightly thick. So it'll actually halve the amount that was in the pot as it dissolves. It's a bit of a time-consuming thing, but you'll get there. And here's the buttercream. So it's just basically butter, icing sugar, and your flavouring. So actually I ended up putting some of the syrup in, which we'll see in a minute. So now that the cakes have cooled and I've taken off the tops, I am now adding the syrup to each layer just so that they soak in to the cake. Now I never really know how much to put on the cakes, but I think I should have put a bit more on just to really let it soak in. But you know, it's a learning curve. And then here's the buttercream, and as I said, I did add some of the syrup to the buttercream just so that it also has some of that gorgeous passion fruit liqueur and the prosecco flavoring. So it's just absolutely gorgeous. And then there's a quick sneak of my passion fruit curd. I'm gonna have to do a second video. I am so sorry, but I'm gonna have to learn what you guys want to see and what you don't want to see. So yeah, but here's me stacking the cake as I've done the little wall so it stops the passion fruit curd from escaping the cake. And now I'm just colouring the outside buttercream. So I've done the crumb coat, and this is for the decoration. So I've added some purple just to take some of the yellow out of the buttercream and give it more of a white colour. There's a top tip for you there to get rid of that yellow buttercream, just a little bit of purple, and it diffuses the yellow. It's a part of the colour wheel, so yeah. And then the other colour I've gone for is this gorgeous peach colour from Colour Mill. I wanted a little bit darker, so a little bit more, and I'm super happy with these colours. They look great. So first things first is I've popped the cake into the fridge for about half an hour, so it's nice and cool and hard to touch. And then I'm putting the white buttercream on first at the top. Sometimes you get designs that just stick in your head, and this is something I've been wanting to try for a while. I've never done a fault line cake before, so that's what I'm going to give it this a go. But I wanted to give it some texture as well, which we'll see in a bit, which I use one of my scrapers to do. So I'm just scraping this section first. I want it nice and flat. And trying to get it as clean as possible. And I'm using my amazing Finch Bakery scrapers. I will pop a link where you can get them from, but I cannot recommend these scrapers enough. They are fantastic. The ladies at Finch Bakery do the most amazing job on these scrapers. And then I am using the scalloped edge. I am using this against the peach section that I've added. So you can see that I've done it slightly thicker because I want to make sure that I don't take so much off that I actually end up taking some of the white off at the same time. And then I'm slowly and carefully going all the way around and giving this gorgeous kind of bumpy effect. Which I love. I think it looks great. So then I'm cleaning off the top, and then I'm adding a quick drip. So I've used some candy melts that I bought from Sweet Stamps by Amy Cakes. Again, I will link them in the description because they're a fantastic online shop. And then I'm just finishing off with some decorations of the leftover buttercream. I'm using a 1M tip here, and then I add some roses as well that I had. So this is pretty much it now. I'm just doing all the final decorations, and I am obsessed. I think it looks amazing. I think I add some sprinkles on top, which are from Halo Sprinkles, because they are amazing as well. And you can get these from Sweet Stamps by Amy Cakes. But yeah, I am obsessed with this first cake that I've done for you guys. And I have to say, it was delicious. I've had everyone and anybody try this cake, and they are as equally obsessed as I am. So yeah, amazing. So that's it. That's the first video done and completed. But I'm absolutely over the moon. The kitchen didn't burn down, so it's a good start. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to subscribe, I would be very happy with that. Thank you very much. If you want to give the video a likes up, fantastic as well. Let's just see how this goes. And hopefully I get less awkward as the videos go on. But yeah, have a fantastic day, and I will see you all soon. Bye!